Finding the number of sides of a convex polygon given the sum of the measures of the interior angles. All right, so we've already used this equation now at least twice this week. And this is specifically for week 21 in IM2, although this may be used again in other classes as a prerequisite or later in IM1. So we're going to use this equation here again. If you don't already have it written in your notes, you need to make sure you write it in your notes. So here is the equation. It's for finding the sum of the interior angles of a polygon. N is the number of sides in the polygon. So N represents the number of sides that the polygon has. So we want to find N in this case, and they're going to give us the total. So in the last couple, we've been finding the total and then using that to find either a missing angle or in one of them we were just finding the total in general. So this time they're going to give us the total and we're going to work backwards to find N. So if we know that the total is 1800 and S is the sum, that's what the capital S stands for, is the sum of the interior angles. So we're going to put 1800 instead of S, and that's going to equal 180 times N minus 2. And then what they're doing here is they're dividing away this 180 like this. They just didn't show you on the side. And they also divided it on the other side here. So this cancels. That's why N minus 2 just drops down. 1800 divided by 180 is 10, and that equals N minus 2. So then they just add 2 to both sides. That's how they got 12. And then negative 2 plus 2, that cancels, which is why N is by itself. So we're just going to go through and figure out how many sides does it need to have in order to get this angle sum. All right, so let's go ahead and go to, oops, gotta click my cursor here. Okay, so again, we know it's S equals 180 times N minus 2. This is our equation. S is the total, N is the number of sides. So they're telling us this is the total or the sum. So we're going to, instead of S, we're going to put, this is an S, not a 5. We're going to put 1980 equals 180 times N minus 2. So just like in the example, we're going to divide both sides by 180. So here, and they do give you the calculator on this one. So you can go 1980 divided by 180 equals 11. So we get 11 equals 180 divided by 180 cancels because we have the same number on top and on the bottom. So we can cancel that. Remember, they have to be multiplying and dividing. So if I ended up with a 2 on the bottom, I can't cancel these 2's because this 2 is being subtracted. So just be careful about that one. So then N minus 2 drops down, and I simply add 2 to both sides to get N by itself. So I end up with 13 equals N. So this must be a 13-sided figure. So let's go 13 and check. Yay! All right, next one. Clear. Okay, so now we have 720 is our total. They're telling us this equals 180 times N minus 2. Again, we're going to divide by 180. And so if you don't know that, that's perfectly fine. You could also go 180 plus 180 plus 180 and figure out how many 180s are in there. Or we can just divide. And in IM2 or IM1 later in the semester, if this comes up, then it's perfectly fine at that point to go ahead and use a calculator for something like this. So we get 4. 4 equals 180, cancels with 180, we have N minus 2. So then we add 2 to both sides. We get 6 equals N, 2 minus 2 cancels. So this is a 6-sided figure. So I'm not sure if you're noticing the pattern at this point, but if you're given the total, you divide by 180 and add 2. Every time. That is our pattern. Because that's how we work out the equation here. So let's clear. we're going to do this one more time. So we're given our total. Here's our total. So we have 1,620 equals 180 n minus 2. We're going to divide by 180. And that gives us 1620 divided by 180 gives us 9. So we have 9 equals 180 cancels with 180 and minus 2. Add 2 to both sides. We have 11 equals n, negative 2 plus 2 cancels. So this is an 11-sided figure. All right, check. And we did another one.